It's time now for a weekly check on the world of science and tech with science and tech specialist Dan Riskin from CTV. Dan, always great to see you.
Always great to see you both.
Good to see you.
Good to have you here, Dan. Okay, we're talking about teens and slang, and we've all got, either teen or tween kids in the hall, like 6, 7, and skippy,
6, 7.
no
Did you understand that?
I have no clue.
I
made a
can't
reference
get my
to it.
head around
I have no idea what it means.
Yeah.
But anyway, they're developing the language.
Yeah, you know what? This is really, it's a neat essay that's come out from the scientists who study how language evolves. And the way we believed it changed over time, like over the centuries, the reason we don't talk like Shakespeare anymore is because, and this was the model up until now, was toddlers are learning the language, they say something a little bit wrong, and that kind of sticks. And this new analysis says, you know what, that makes no sense. Like, kids say Pischetti instead of spaghetti, but they figure it out by the time they're 10. They don't go on saying Pischetti. Nobody thinks we're going to be saying Pischetti in 100 years. But
You're
teenagers,
trying,
we're trying.
We're trying. Get in there, yeah.
But teenagers with their crazy slang, saying things like cool, hip, those were words that were outrageous, would have been crazy to somebody in the 1920s. And now we use them all the time. And that wasn't invented by some toddler who couldn't say spaghetti. That was invented by a teenager with creativity and direction. And so I like two things about this story. One, it gives teenagers the credit they're due. Like, everybody thinks of teenagers as like these, a burden on society and all those kids with their loud music, but they are the ones who are pushing culture to improve it. And the second thing is, it means that language doesn't evolve because of accidents and mispronunciations. It's actually choices made by people who want to take it in a new direction. So I really like this study. I find it very sort of uplifting.
I liked it too.
Yeah, you're glazing the study, Dan. You're glazing it.
I don't even know what that means because I'm too old.
You're praising it. And there's also this thing with cook, like, depending on how you use it, like, I'm cooking, you're cooked, different meaning.
Oh, really?
Selling.
Really?
Yeah, selling.
My son, if he likes something, he says it's fire.
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 Or mid.
Yeah.
Or mid?
Which means not really.
Oh, wow.
6, 7, or there's gyat, which we won't go into. Baby got gyat. Okay.
You're the young one, but I don't understand any of the words you're using.
All right, let's turn to something else parents do a lot of, laundry. And there's a study or something that shows that reducing the chemicals in laundry, I mean, is this a real...
Well, so here's the idea, is we use chemicals to get most stains. And the alternative...
Dry cleaning.
No?
No?
Well, yes, it doesn't involve water.
It does.
Or other chemicals. The idea is to shine a blue light on it. And so they took a bunch of stained clothes, like, like that yellow sort of armpit stain kind of stuff. Not ultraviolet blue, but just like the color blue. Blue light, really intense blue light. They shined it on the fabrics and it broke down a bunch of the molecules.
Just the light?
Just the light.
Way.
In fact, when they used ultraviolet, it actually hurt the materials. And so the shirts were breaking down a little bit. But when they just used the blue light, they were able to break down a bunch of things. So this was published in a chemistry journal, and they're saying, like, hey, this could be a huge way that we reduce the number of chemicals that are used for cleaning clothes. Sure, there will probably be need for, normal laundry and stuff, but a lot of the big stains, food stains and other things, maybe it's just going to be a matter of hitting it with really bright blue light. You could have a machine that has a blue light cycle before it even adds water.
That's incredible.
Isn't it neat?
Really,
so the blue light, you highlighted the yellow kind of armpit stain or maybe urine stain, but is it because it's a complementary color with blue and yellow?
It's a great question.
Or does it work with other colors?
It's because blue light has a lot of energy to it. And so what it is the wavelength of the light. If it's red, it's big waves. It's kind of a low energy thing. And if it's blue, it's really fast. It's high energy. Ultraviolet is super high energy, and that's why it's actually damaging the fabrics. But blue seems to be this magic sort of wavelength where it's breaking down the stain, but not the fabric itself.
Well, look, we've got a ton of blue lights here, so let's bring in our laundry.
Everything's
tomorrow.
clean now. Exactly.
Just hang your laundry at the office.
Humor. Really quickly, though, we talked about the evolution of language. We're also seeing the evolution of values, and that's come out by studying obituaries.
Yeah, this is a neat study where they analyzed 28 million obituaries through 30 years just to see what our values are like and how they shift. And what they found that really stood out from this study is that when you have a major event like 9/11 or the financial crisis or COVID, you see it reflected in the way we talk about the people who have passed. Not to say, the obvious thing about how they passed, maybe it was related to those events, but after 9/11, we lost our sense of security, and we saw all of a sudden that word was being used a lot less in obituaries. Many fewer obituaries had language like they protect us, we feel safe.
Wow.
And so it reflects the fact that as a culture, we didn't feel as safe.
Yeah.
With the financial crisis, same thing. Security, financial security, fewer obituaries talking about how people provided for their family financially. And with COVID, then this one was really interesting, was instead of, in the past, there had been much more language about love and taking care of people. And after COVID, we saw less of that because of social isolation.
Right.
So we had less of an opportunity to be with grandma in those last couple of years because everybody was socially isolated. And so that didn't show up as much in the obituary. So just a really interesting analysis. When we write an obituary about a person, we're not just remembering them, we're also projecting our values. Exactly.
Yeah. Kind of like collective values of the time get reflected.
Yeah, and these kinds of analyses, that's one of the silver linings of this AI era, is that you can go and do these kinds of big scale analysis. Like, who can read 28 million obituaries? No person, but AI can.
Fascinating stuff.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Appreciate all this, Dan.
Thanks.
Yeah, always blowing our minds. Appreciate it.
What we do.
CTV Science Tech expert Dan Riskin. Have a great week. We'll chat soon, Dan.